let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Back and forth with the bullshit. I know I said it before, I don't mean.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Brian, Pat, it's always
how we doing?
To have you on here, but tonight we got a special guest, my man Lee from CLTFC Fan TV. Brother, how are you doing?
Good, I'm good, man. It's good to be back on here. I was like, man, them boys ain't inviting me back, man. I must have screwed up last time I was on here talking shit about them Giants.
We've been away for so long, you just, I don't know. And y'all haven't had a show in a minute too, so what's up with that?
We've been so busy in summer with kids and just work, man. You know, it's not a full-time gig, right? So some things have to be sacrificed. So
for sure,
you know, unfortunately, it has to be our pod, but we're trying to get back into it. It's just, you know how it is, trying to link up with everybody and everybody's schedules and that fun stuff. But we're still around, man. We're still doing fan interviews after games. They should drop tomorrow for sure.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Always look forward to watching those. Those are fun times. Definitely a must watch while I'm on lunch. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, win or lose at home is one of my favorite parts of after the game.
Oh, I love
right
it, man.
there.
That's my favorite part too. So thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know,
Patrick, how you been, man?
Chilling, bro.
Another guest on the show.
Thanks for inviting me on, guys.
I know the man doesn't show up at the games anymore, man. He's just totally gone, man. I was like, geez.
Been busy, man. I've been, like you said, man, summertime, man, I've been going on trips, taking the family out, man. I've just been trying to be stress-free.
Yeah. No, I feel it.
like everybody's been on vacation. You know what I mean? I'm going to be on vacation this following week. I'm going to miss the Wednesday night game. And you know what sucks about that? That's that day the new kit comes out. So I'm missing that.
Oh, shit, it does.
I'm not.
Shit, yeah, I got a lot of shit going on. I'm going to New York at the end of the month too. So,
too bad. Are we playing them away around that time? This is the first time playing them this season, right?
Who, NYC?
Yeah.
Yeah. First time this season.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, maybe when you're up there, we'll be playing them, and you can catch a game up there. Got time for this.
You went last year, right? You went to the New York game last year.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the game this year though. I'm just gonna go to New York in general.
New York. Yeah.
I made it to a game in New Jersey. I haven't made it to an actual New York game. I want to, but at this point, I'm just gonna wait when they got the stadium.
Yeah, might as well wait.
Same. Yeah.
All right.
I'd already booked my flight to Chicago, as I would have probably done the same for them too. But
is that a fun away game? Like a fun time there? I haven't been, but I want to.
Yeah, so man, I mean, I've never been to Chicago, so we stayed down by the river area or whatever, and you know, I mean, it was nice enough. It was just, I mean, I picked that mainly because it's the end of June, right? And I was hoping it'd be cooler weather, but it was still like 90-something degrees out there.
Nice.
You know, yeah, they had a hot wave too, man, or a heat wave, and so you know, we was at Soldier Field, right? So I've never been there, so it's like another stadium just to knock off the list. But yeah, I think I'll go back once they get the Chicago stadium built for sure.
Oh, they're getting one too?
Yeah. And the way the graphics that they posted, it looked like it was going to be down by the river as well. So who knows? But, yeah,
I want to go to the Philly stadium because it's by the river too, and it looks cool on TV.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. That's what's up.
What's the pregame like before there? Is it like a tailgate or bars or?
I mean, it was pretty lame, man, to be honest with you. I mean, we just met up at a bar close to it and then walked to the stadium, you know, the Charlotte fans. But overall, man, it wasn't like typically what you see, like, you know, when you go Nashville and those places, you know, even like Austin, right? It wasn't you just don't see that sort of culture. Yeah, I don't know if it's just Chicago. I mean, like the supporter section, I mean, wasn't very I don't know. You know how it is. It's like the football stadiums, right? They kind of you lose that sort of. The soccer stadiums got to keep the singing and chanting and the hollering right inside the stadium. But yeah, it was. I don't know. I mean, the atmosphere. I mean, we went down 3-0 so quick, man. It was like, oh man, what the hell, man? I just spent all this money for a hotel, flight, and all this other shit, man. And now I'm just sitting here watching my team get spanked again on the road. You know,
it's definitely not fun when you travel and watch them lose, man. We've had our fair share.
Yeah, the only games I think, right? I was talking to somebody about this. They're like, what do we do about winning on the road? And like, the more and more I think about it, and I've always like just joked around, like Charlotte's allergic to real grass, right? Because we go to Atlanta, we beat Atlanta, they got turf, right? We go to Seattle, we drew with Seattle, they got turf, right? But then we play anybody with real grass. It's like, oh man,
yes, forget about it.
So it's I don't know if that, like I said it jokingly, but man, it seems to be a legit reason, right? So
only away teams we've been able to beat this year are the Canadians, right?
Yeah. That's because of the tariffs.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on around Charlotte, right? I mean, Pat, man, you missed it, right? With the beer showers and all that stuff that's going on with that. I mean, I was a big advocate for keeping the beer showers, but like I was 2 rows in front of that lady that got knocked out.
Oh, so you saw it? Okay.
That's why I was so pissed.
This is the first time I hear somebody say they actually saw it.
Yeah, I was sitting right there. I mean, I was 2 rows behind her, and we're celebrating the goal, right? And then bam, just see it. I'm turning around, start hollering for medic, man. You just saw her just sort of collapse out, and I was like, this, it could have been anybody, right? I had my daughter with me that day. Chantry had his little son up in there, and it just not to say that kids are more important than adults. Our kids are down in there. The kids are down in there. It just needs to be fun. If you're gonna throw it, just throw the damn beer and keep the cup in your hand.
Was it like she got hit and she went forward, or she was unconscious?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and it was just scary, man. It was like, yeah, we don't need this, and that's why I tweeted like, 200 section can just F right off. Not to like call out everybody in 200, but that's where it came from, right? So, it's in the heat of the moment tweet, but at the same time, it does need to stop, right? I mean, I know.
What minute was it after? It was the second goal or the first goal?
I can't remember. I want to say the second goal, but yeah, it was just ridiculous, man. It was just, it was just hard to watch, like because I don't know if you guys know, but I know them. I talk to them all the time. They do a lot for the club. And from the supporters' perspective with Mint City, right? And they travel a lot with the club and everything else. And just to see them get hit like that, man, it was like, nah, that's enough of that. So, again, I was for the beer showers, but if people can't hold on to the cups, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to cut it all off, But we'll see what happens this weekend.
It's just going to be enforced by like whoever calls that number, or like best knows to look out when we score to look for people throwing cups.
Yeah, well, supposedly, because I got the email talking about my ticket season's renewing and all that other stuff, and I reached out to my ticket rep and talked to them, and they said that they caught the person and all that kind of stuff. So, it was just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think the problem with that too comes from the team themselves, because they promote that shit all the time.
No, they do. I mean,
they always promote it. I mean, you always see it in the videos and clips and stuff. I mean, I get it. It's fun. I've done it too, but
Yeah. I mean, for Teppa, right? Everybody throws that stuff up in the air, man, and that's like profit, right? Because then everybody else
they're making money off of that.
$15 coming my way.
That's right. So he's like, better score them damn goals, man. That's $200,000 going in my pocket. But it was just hard to watch and sad to see, and it just sucks that a handful of people are going to ruin it for the majority of us.
Yeah.
But
I'm just afraid that it's now going to be a bigger issue.
Well,
the outsiders looking in, they're just like, let's fucking just go throw a cup now.
Well, I mean, I think that's what it was, right? It's some frat boys group or whatever, just, being nice. And yeah, sometimes you do get excited, right? But still, you can hold – those cups are plastic and you can squeeze them, right? Hold on to it.
Yeah, there's no point in throwing anything. I mean, that's just so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've seen
people
that too.
and all kinds of shit, man. Again, right? It's just a handful of people who ruin it for us, and probably the people that are doing it are not the regulars, like like we are every week at home.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, true, man. Like, they can end up hitting, the wrong person, and the whole group might go up there, and it might get worse.
Yeah, but
Especially if they see who did it.
Yeah, no shit, right? And the thought that, like Brian said, right? If that lady had fallen forward, man, she could have smacked the head on the concrete or whatever. It could have been a lot worse. But they put her down as being assaulted, so it's
That sucks.
it's just hard to watch, man, and it just needs to stop.
Yeah.
So I wasn't calling out the whole 200 section like somebody is trying to pin on me. It was just a tweet in the middle of what was going on and just being heated.
The girl, the capo Ashley, she said she almost got hit too while on the capo stand.
Yeah, no, it's insane, man.
Yeah. Man.
I mean, and where we sit, previous years when there's been other like drama with, it feels like after we score, it feels like we've been targeted with like cups and drinks before. So I know what it feels like to get fucking
That was
shit
me.
thrown out of you.
That was me. My bad.
Like, motherfucker.
I'm throwing shit, Brian.
Dude, I remember Kenny. He was capo, and we scored, and somebody threw a Leaks cup pin at him,
What?
like a pin that you put in your hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it hit him in the chest.
That stuff can really do some damage, man.
Hell yeah.
That's a piece of metal.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's
So-
not cool.
Oh.
And it just sucks that she got hauled off, and her and her husband had to miss the game just because some clown decided they wanted to throw something. So,
Well, we feel for him.
Well,
Did they-
is Charlie going to
whoever
put
did-
anything out?
I mean, they haven't put anything out that I've seen. I've seen like the
We're just fans. They don't pay us.
Yeah, I know, right? And what they did right at the stadium, they put that one thing up. They kind of said no throwing stuff, like it lasted like 30 seconds, and then it just moved on. And you can't really hear what the PA system's saying, anyways. So
Throw a hot dog, man. That's
Man.
where we draw the line right there.
yeah, right. Why
No
y'all
throwing glizzies.
for, man? Yeah,
No throwing food, please. That's disgusting.
If you want to see a glizzy disappear, just ask Nate to show you his magic trick. Don't throw it.
Hey, year one, I seen somebody get hit with a Philly cheesesteak. No lie.
Year one.
Bro, after the second goal, somebody had pupusas and I guess they had no beer, but I saw them throw the little fucking
Who's
salsa.
wasting pupusas like that?
No, not the salsa. The salsa.
Oh, the salsa.
What's good? What's up? Thank
But
you
yeah,
for
hopefully,
tuning in.
hopefully, all the groups putting out the word. Hopefully, it gets around.
I think
the
David
team
mentioned it, right?
ain't gonna put nothing out.
He said, "Don't throw a hot dog at me all over my mouth." Well, I think that match that might be just Nate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Burner account.
That's just
Is that his bird?
the extreme now, right? Since everybody's putting it out. Are the hot dogs really $14?
I don't know. Usually,
I
if I
hope
want a
not.
hot dog, I just go to George. Security.
Yeah, he's always like
Yo,
glizzy.
everything's expensive in that fucking stadium.
It's
For real.
ridiculous.
That's why I'm
Everything's
looking forward to
expensive in
going
that
to
stadium.
Atlanta because, dude, you could literally take $20 and get food, drink, and maybe like a snack.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
I spent
Like
like
this.
Are we still on the fucking cup talk
Yeah.
shit?
Who's that?
Yeah.
What
See,
we
I'm-
talking about right now?
We're talking about you, Nate, being on the run.
Yeah. I'm like 5 minutes out from where I need to be, but we about there. What's the subject we on right now?
The
Yeah.
Cubs. What do you think about the Cubs situation?
I think it's a load of bullshit by security.
As in one
I feel
way.
like they really could do their job better.
Yeah.
I mean, they're worried about me holding up a sign that says "Don't deport Latina baddies." So, like, they'll come talk to me about that shit. But I mean, you mean to tell me you can't find somebody that basically assaulted somebody? I think
no, I
that's
think
kind
they
of
did find
bullshit.
him. I think they did find him, right?
They did
Is
find
it,
him.
After the
did he
game.
just get kicked out, or
I don't know what happened,
Well,
but
Because it's an assault,
they
right?
got arrested.
I know the ones that did the week before, the last time I was at, they got arrested.
Because, I mean, I've been hit directly by them fucking cups. I mean, I've been targeted by them shits.
That's what I'm saying. Like previous.
Only
years
difference
when we
is
were
I'll throw shit back.
Oh God, don't say that.
yeah. But I mean, Nate, man, to your point about the security, I mean, you know, we're over there just talking amongst ourselves and we're dropping F-bombs and stuff. And they're like, you need to stop doing that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, man, y'all got to focus on something else.
Yeah,
Right?
for real.
They're like, there was kids around. And I'm like, yeah, my daughter's right here. And we're also in the supporter section. So fuck it. You know?
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, beer showers are going to happen, right? Like, they're going to happen. It's part of the supporter section now.
Yeah, especially if they
It's
keep
part of the
promoting it.
promotional package. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like at the beginning of the season, the main video was Westwood holding an umbrella, like chance of showers, and they throw a bucket of water on him.
Exactly. But, you know, like, motherfuckers need to do a better job at holding their fucking cups.
100%. 100%.
Hell yeah. Squeeze it and then throw it, man.
Yeah.
It's
Or be like
really
Edson
not
and just
that
dump the beer on
fucking
yourself.
hard.
Yeah, we have a guy who spills it on himself, so
Yeah.
man. You know,
We do. We do have a guy who pours it on himself every time.
let
we
me see if I
score.
can pull up the video and upload it on here.
that's
But
funny.
they clarify on to us what they said to you about the sign. Like why did they take it away? But they didn't
All right.
permanently take it away. They gave it back to him after the game.
Yeah, they
Because you
gave
were
it
good
back
for
to
about
me.
85 minutes, right? What? You take it at the 75th, 80th minute?
Yeah, up in like mid-second half, they come up to me and they're like, hey, we need to take the poster away. And for a second, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, if they want to take it away and like keep it forever, I'm leaving. Like, I told him straight up, I was like, yo, I'll fucking leave, but like, I'm keeping the poster. And he was like, no. You can stay. You're gonna get the poster back after the game. But we got a report that it was too political by
Oh,
somebody higher up. And so whenever I asked him, he was like, oh, you came out on TV, all right. Like, it's on TV.
that's what's
Oh,
up,
hell
man.
yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I'm not mad about it. Well, no, I am mad about it because
Are you taking it back? Are you taking it back?
Oh, it's in my car right now. I'm ready for Saturday.
They're gonna be looking for you at the gate now.
Oh, they can look for me. I'll have a cover up.
Public enemy number one. The real criminals.
That's right.
Shout out to
Word,
Jess,
man,
the
like-
real criminals.
That's really what got me tight about that whole situation was like security's more worried about a guy holding up a sign that doesn't have any swear words or anything bad on it. Everybody else loved it. Everybody in the supporter section loved it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Everybody loved it except somebody higher up, I guess. So, you know, like, I mean, I guess security kind of did their job, but at the same time, like, do it better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't tell them how to do their job. I'm not security there. I've never worked security like that. So, I mean,
Yeah, it is what it is.
At least you got to keep your sign, dude.
but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
bringing it back. Like, the sign's coming back.
It's coming back. Don't worry about that.
The sign will be back.
No, but I believe in the sign, man. I believe everything that sign has to say, man. I am for it 100%. You get my vote, Nate.
Thank you, Lee.
I approve this message.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's talk about Orlando, man.
I like this idea. He said, "Make Lee hold it."
I will. Don't threaten me with a good time, man. Hey, what's up, little? Yeah, I would. I'll be for it, man. That'd be funny.
I'll make sure you get it, Lee.
But it doesn't get taken away. That's it. White privilege.
He said, "I bet it doesn't get taken away." Maybe we'll have to find out.
That's it. Well, I don't know, no, man. Now I'm a naturalized citizen, man. They're still talking about they can deport us, man. So it's like
That's
It's not
great.
looking good for us right now.
what's that?
Not looking good for any of us right now.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
What's good? What's good?
We're all
But hold
good. We're all good.
Before we jump into the Orlando match, I want to show y'all this photo from 3 years ago on this day. You ready for this?
Oh,
Bam! Look at that. 3 years ago to this date.
That's what's
my
up.
Boy, Lee.
Weekend, man.
We had a game that day, and can y'all guess who we played that day?
Orlando,
No, unfortunately, it wasn't Orlando.
Atlanta,
New York.
No.
New York.
What'd you say?
Nashville.
New York.
Nope, you got it. It was Nashville. We whooped Nashville that day. We had a rain delay, but we whooped Nashville 4-1.
Yeah.
And you want to know what's crazy? We had a goal by Christian Fuchs, Karol Swiderski, Sergio Ruiz, and Andre Shinyashiki. Those guys are not even at Charlotte FC no more, except for Christian Fuchs.
Yeah. Yeah.
one of them's on the run.
That's a throwback for you.
A good picture, man. Man, we've had some good times over the years, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. That came up. It actually came up yesterday in my like on Facebook. Saying like, oh, this story like 3 years ago, but I was like, that's actually tomorrow. But I was like, this is perfect because we have the podcast tomorrow. Lee's gonna be on. This is great.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
Cheers to Shinyashiki.
He's
a free agent, by the way. He's a free agent.
Yeah.
He's in the gulag right now.
That man ain't
my boy locked up under a prison.
That's right.
Nah, he's free
Like
like
need to
Diddy.
get that Diddy lawyer.
I think he is free like Diddy.
The only reason Diddy got off, man, is because of all that oil, man. It was slippery.
Look, check your boy out. There's
Can't see nothing.
I kind of see it.
Oh,
There he is. And what y'all think about this patch stuff, man?
Man, let's talk about
What
it.
about
Let's actually get it. Let's actually get into that before we get into the Orlando match. Let's
Yeah, we do play Orlando.
yeah,
I will
yeah,
go
we
back to
played
it as soon as
Orlando and then
possible.
we'll move forward.
Yeah.
He said bros in the gulag. Nah, for real, but let's talk about Patrick Aji, man.
all right.
Brian and Nate as well. He was at that a conversation with Dean Smith and Zoran.
Tuesday.
Rumor has it y'all couldn't ask no questions, though.
We didn't. We couldn't ask no questions. It was all
Dean was
Eric
looking
Krakauer.
late.
But
Dean
here's the thing. Eric Krakauer did a great job of asking the questions that needed to be asked. I don't think he held back with it being a Charlotte FC event and organized by Charlotte FC. I feel like he asked questions that if let's say one of us was gonna ask it, why not? He went ahead and did it. He was like, "What's up with Patrick Aji, man?" He said, "We've heard the rumors, we've seen it. What's up?" Zoran was very clear and like truthful about it. I feel like, in my opinion, and I feel like Dean Smith kind of sugarcoated it and kind
His
of
body language was kind of like upset. Like you could tell he was upset because literally Zoran, his words were, Patrick, representative, and Patrick himself has let the club know that he doesn't want to be here no more. And he hands the mic off to Dean, and Dean just says, Patrick hasn't told me he wants to leave.
Yeah,
There's some beef between Zoran and Dean there, right? Because I don't think we have anybody lined up personally.
no. Especially who are we going to bring in? Our window is closed right now. We can't buy nobody. We could sell.
I
but
feel
we
like the
can't buy
beef.
nobody.
I feel like the beef was between Patrick's agent and Zoran, and then just not been able to.
Then again, you know,
Really?
at the same time, it might just be one of those situations where Zoran's first language isn't English, so like he kind of didn't know how to explain it. But he said basically, Patrick, it's not that he doesn't want to be in Charlotte, but he wants to leave because he wants to develop it. He knows he can't develop.
He's getting that bag too, right? I just think
Yeah,
we,
for real, bro.
I think we robbed. Personally, I think we robbed Darby, man, by charging them $8 million plus add-ons.
Which should have been $10 million minimum.
I think this is a great move business-wise for Charlotte FC.
Yeah.
Who knows how it plays out for Patrick Aji, man? Hopefully great. He's going to get paid. Good for him. And he's got a solid number on his name as well. So that just racks up. You got your accolades building. But at the end of the day, do you think you're going to develop more in that league or in the major league here in the U.S.?
develop more in that league just because of the level of soccer that there is over there. I mean, it's more physical. It's more the type of defenders he should be playing against.
See, the problem though
It's all about having minutes, and he has. I mean, to move in a World Cup year, it takes some balls because he's not guaranteed minutes.
Well, that's what I was
Well,
going to say.
My thing about Patrick though, I don't think he's gonna. Even if he would have stayed in Charlotte, I don't think he would have been on the World Cup roster.
Nah, I don't think so either.
What do you think?
He was only in the World Cup roster just because.
Well, he's not even on the World Cup roster. He's only on the Gold Cup
He was
roster.
only in this Gold Cup roster because all of the American attackers were vacationing, essentially.
Pulisic, Gio, McKinney.
Those are not strikers.
Who else they got?
Lucic.
Yeah, but those are people that are going to fill his role when he's missing. You know what I mean?
Sargent. Who else? There's a bunch of other guys, but
I think Pat might have put himself in a box though, man. Because if he goes over to England and he doesn't start showing up right away, he's not going to get the leeway that we gave him that he gets in the MLS.
Yeah,
right?
bro. That hype train is gonna.
If he's not performing, man, they'll put him on the bench in a heartbeat, and then that could be the end of his career.
And he's just another body over there. It's nothing special. It's nothing new over there. Like, see it every other game.
I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, best of luck for him, but I think Charlotte robbed Derby, man, with the money, you know, and I don't know if I personally don't think he's worth more than $5 million. You know, but I guess with tariffs going across the sea, there is that's an extra $3 or $4 million right there. You know.
Well, all we know is he's gonna get paid.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely gonna get paid. Good for him.
Hopefully he invests that money in something smart. Because I don't see his career working out.
I mean, you want to play in the most elite leagues you can play in, right? And it's like, I mean, there's always a possibility Derby gets promoted too, right? So he could be in the Prem.
Yeah. And Eric Crackhair, I asked him about transfer targets, and they really didn't give it a name. Like, Jack Grealish, Dean changed the subject. The only thing we really got out of Zoran was there was an agent from one of the guys that played during the Crib World Cup in the stadium that told him he would be interested in coming over to the States. Not to Charlotte, to the States.
It was one of the teams that trained at the facilities and also played at the Bank of America Stadium. So you got to do the process of elimination. I think there was only 3 teams that trained at the facility, which is Real Madrid, Fluminense, and another team. I think it's Bayern Munich.
So Harry,
Benfica.
Oh, Benfica. Benfica. So it was one player from one of those teams who trained at the facilities, played at the bank, and was like, this is not too bad. You know what I mean? Why not? But he didn't say that he was wanting to come, but he said he'd be interested.
Yeah.
Basically, they got to make him a good deal. That's what it's saying.
That's it. I mean, right.
From what they said in that whole, it really doesn't look like we have anybody in mind.
And I think that's why Dean's kind of pissed off about the Pat move, right? Because, I mean,
we have nothing lined up, bro. We have nothing but young strikers that probably haven't even proved themselves to their max potential yet.
Yeah, but, I mean, even if I'm assuming you guys watched the whole documentary for the MLS, right? And when it came onto the Charlotte part, I mean, you could see Zoran promising Dean players, and now looking back at that, he wasn't able to deliver. He wasn't able to close the deal. And I think that's the biggest thing. I don't know. I think at the end of the year, Zoran's gone.
I hope
so.
I think
huge. That would be huge.
I mean, it's
My
year
thing
4.
is, right.
It's year 4, and we still really haven't.
And do you give Dean the whole power?
I mean, at this point, I hope Dean's got a lot more clout in the players that's coming to Charlotte than Zoran does. I hope Dean's just giving him a list of the players that we could possibly get. And this is the type of player I want, versus Zoran coming in and saying, this is the player you get.
One of the things that
I don't think
get
none of
me
the guys
mad about that whole when we went to the Tuesday thing was from year 1, Zoran said, we don't go out and we don't have a sales pitch to these players, right? We want players that want to play here in Charlotte, that want to be in Charlotte. And he said that again this year. And I'm like, dude, you need a sales pitch for Charlotte. Like,
You gotta
if we're being honest, like Charlotte isn't a destination city.
Charlotte's not
Right.
LA. It's not Miami. It's not New
Yeah.
York. It's none of that shit. I like
It's none of
Charlotte, but
that.
it's not. You know,
You
these
need to
rich,
find-
rich players don't want to come here to
No, you
Charlotte.
can find those players though that got like family, like Westwood, right? And those sort of players, right, where they can come in and they can raise their family in Charlotte, right? Versus, it's like you said, Pat, LA or Miami and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you need a sales pitch for Charlotte. Like, you need to give these players a reason, and then you got to throw money at them.
All right. So put yourself in Zoran's shoes. What would be your selling point to a player? Doesn't matter who. What would you like emphasize? Be like, hey, this is the reason to come to Charlotte. What do you got? What do you
Here's
think?
what I would
comes to
tell them,
mind?
right? Am I
I'm not a
signing a
sales rep.
DP?
Not just the city, but like you got to talk about the team too. You got to take.
Am I
that in
signing a
consideration.
DP?
It doesn't matter.
Or-
Just like anybody in
If I'm
general, what do
signing
you
a
think would
DP
get somebody to come in?
If I'm signing a DP, I'm gonna tell them this. Look,
Yeah, to get
we
up.
have the richest motherfucking owner in the MLS. How much fucking money do you want? What can you guarantee me you can do? And you know, all those guarantees. All right, if you can score, what's a good number? 20 goals a season?
Put that in the contract,
Yeah, put that in the contract as a bonus. 20 goals a season, that's a fucking bonus.
right?
Give me 19 assists, that's another fucking bonus.
Oh God.
Fuck, I do.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're right, right? I mean, just say, right? We'll give you a base salary of, I don't know, for easy numbers, say 10 million. Like if you score 20 goals, we'll give you another 5. You know, if we
Exactly.
make
Yeah.
Bonus.
And that's the thing, right? Like, we're
another 5.
honestly,
So you could make 20 to 30 million dollars a year, but it's all going to depend on how the team performs.
yeah.
He did say that doesn't help that it's like the league's it's capped at him like really low.
Salary cap, yeah.
Yeah,
But we have, what DP have we hit on yet?
none.
And I think that's
Leo Labada hasn't hit.
no, for 8 million, he can piss right off, man.
Yeah.
Word is that he's out too.
Yeah, but
And
what's
It's the grapevine that he's out.
Y'all
No.
want to know what's crazy? Is like the pricing point is crazy. How we signed Leo Labala for 8 mil, and now we're about to possibly get rid of Patrick Agyman for another 8 mil. Does it not just feel like we're filling that void of like shit? We spent this money and we haven't got the
return?
end product. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I don't know, man. I just think we just need to like really because I mean, you know, all season I've been kind of cautious about Zaha, right? And I mean, no, everybody wanted to kind of give me a hard time. They were like, "Oh, he's a blah blah blah." I was like, "No, it's all going to depend on this man's attitude and how he comes in here." And after the first game, right, everything's new and he got a man in the match, yada yada yada. But then look at him the rest of it. Like his attitude's just been terrible.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what I've been saying.
And for a veteran, quote unquote, he needs to do better with his attitude.
yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just like, man, just play the damn game. Just put your
Some
head down.
composure. That's what you asked for. Like you played in the top leagues. You played in multiple leagues. You don't fall into these little petty games that these defenders fall on you. You know, when the moment you get the ball, you're going to have 3 guys on you defending you, looking to foul you. You can't give into that because that's what they want. And
We know that. Like
I wanted the team to win so bad this against Orlando because it would have been 2-0. No Saha. It would have been like, oh shit, they really don't need me. So
exactly.
but no, dude. So now it's like,
Why was he out?
they need him.
Suspension
yellow
on
card
yellow
accumulation.
cards. So let's jump into it. 2-2 Charlotte FC versus Orlando. Do you guys think if we would have had Zaha, that would have been the difference maker? Because we started very well in the first half, but as
They dominated the game, bro. Stat wise, we had 32 possession. They had 66 possession.
I don't care how much possession they had in the first half because
We were up,
realistically, every time we got the ball and we started going forward, we looked more dangerous. Yeah, they had their moments, but nothing was really crazy. Kalina looked like the Kalina from last year. Our defense was pretty solid. Our form up top was looking good, and we were dangerous attacking on the counterattack. But then you move in, you progress into the second half, and we look tired. We lack focus, and we give up 2 goals. They literally
We have a makeshift lineup.
They literally played right through us every single goal that they scored.
Yes. I mean, I guess this goes back to the squad build, right? I mean, you turn around and look at the bench. Who are you going to bring on to change it up? Like, name one player that's sitting on the bench. I mean, okay, somebody's going to throw a botter out there, but really, it's all going to depend if he shows up or not, right?
As soon as he showed up, I knew it was over for us.
It was a makeshift lineup.
But
That's our team. That's our team's problem too. Like, we don't have anybody we can count on.
No depth. And yeah, right, Pat, to that point, right? There's nobody that we can say is going to pick this game by the scruff of the neck and pull us through that, right? I mean, Westwood, I feel like the game's sort of past him now. I think he's only good for 60 minutes, but nobody wants to talk about that. You know, it's just like we got no depth with no players. So I think we need a solid DP up top. And I think, you know, the rest of it needs to be MLS journeyman, right? The guys that have played in the MLS are decent, right? Probably not getting the looks that they want to be starting and just sort of build that way versus putting just
people who don't need to adapt to the league.
Yeah, right. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing it takes 6 months to get going. Like,
Fuck that. I want him to come in and start scoring.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
Right? I mean, it's a game you've been playing all your life and you're a professional, right? It shouldn't matter where you play, right?
Exactly.
It's year 4. I'm done with that shit. We need somebody to come in here and start fucking scoring. Start winning. Start helping us winning shit.
Yeah. I'm with you, Pat.
Okay, we need to stop getting injured players too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's maybe that is a solution. Maybe Soren just needs to
I think Soren needs to go at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Is it time to get the Zoran out pushers?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Time to dust them off again.
Time to dust them out. Big game will get New York.
Do we wait and see what happens this summer transfer window for the MLS, or are we already on this Zoran?
I mean, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, we gave him enough time. It's been 4 years. Keep in mind, it's been 4 years.
Yeah, before this.
I ain't gonna hold my breath.
We took a year.
He hasn't hit on a DP. He has not hit on a DP.
We also took a year extra, right, for COVID, right? So, I mean, the man had plenty of time to sort of prepare.
And honestly, even that first year, our lineup, our first year felt like it was like a last minute project for him.
We didn't
The
have
coach
one.
said it. We're
Bro,
screwed.
we didn't
Yeah,
have one, bro.
Politos.
We were literally like a week out from our very first home game. We didn't have a solid starting 11. We didn't know. We were pulling people from the independents. Like, it was like, what are we doing? We don't have a team.
Yeah, and like, I mean,
I think we just need MLS guy that's been an MLS guy for a while to be our GM, right? Yeah. Somebody who knows the MLS inside and out versus somebody like Zoran.
Like a Bruce Arenas.
Somebody, right? Or somebody that's been in that position before that understands the rules and all the bullshit that MLS throws at him, right? Regarding salary cap and all that other mess. And, you know, hopefully can build a decent squad. Like, again, this team has no identity, man.
Exactly.
That's what I told after the game. That's what I said on the fan interview. We have no identity. Like, compared to last year, we were a defensive team. Yeah, we have.
We're nothing. We're nothing that we were last season. Our defense is not what it was. We're missing people. Kalina's not that goalkeeper of the year that we relied so much on at the beginning of the season and to now. We literally went from having all those home games at the beginning of the season and feeling like kings at the top, actually hitting number 1 at some point, and then hitting this long road spell, not winning a single away game except for one, I believe.
I think we've won 2 games since April.
Yeah, but if you look at the stats, these last 4 games, we're winless. We haven't won a game these past 4 games, which sucks. And it doesn't feel like the Charlotte last year. I don't want to say old Charlotte, but Charlotte last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, maybe Burns.
I mean, we're out of playoffs right now. As of right now, we're not even in the play-ins.
Yeah, bro.
Playoffs. I don't want to go in there and get embarrassed again.
Well,
we gotta be ready for playoffs.
And if we make the playoffs, right? What good's it? We're not gonna push in on it because once we play away, we're gonna lose the game.
Yeah.
Right? It's like if we can't win on the road, there's no point, in my opinion, even thinking about playoffs.
It's gonna get smoked.
We got 9 home matches remaining the season out of 13, and we got to win out to make it to playoffs. That's tough.
And you know what's crazy?
We got to win how many?
We got to win out.
I don't know if we have to win out, do we? I mean, I'm sure some of those teams above us are who we're playing, but like we need to have a good stretch of wins for sure.
And you know what's fucking crazy? And Tuesday, what Dean said, what he still sees that we can. He's
He
trying to get top four.
expects top four. He expects top four.
We better win every fucking game till the end of the
I
season.
don't know what wine he was drinking.
Bro, he literally
I want
he said
some
he
of
could
that
still
shit.
see top four, bro. Me, Brian, and Nate literally just looked at each other and started chuckling. It felt like we were back in high school where you're just joking around with your friends in the back. Yeah, like the teacher's trying to be like for real in the front. We're like,
yo, he really say that?
Rallies and shit.
Yeah, bro. He still expects.
He said he wants us to finish top four.
If he pulls it out, so good for him.
For real, bro. But I don't.
If
see
he pulls it out,
unfortunately,
Top four to bottom half. Yeah. That's
yeah,
what we're.
for real.
Well, if you flip the chart upside down, we probably be in the
Where do you think it went wrong this season for us?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, right? I mean, it didn't help that we had this long stretch of road games for sure. I mean, that's got to kill confidence, right? Burn when he
Yeah,
went,
they hate it. I hate that. Yeah.
when Burn went out, that's when they started sort of dropping down, didn't we, man? So I mean,
went out too. Like it's fucking.
Also, Dumbia, bro, like everything that we brought to like restructure the back line went to shit. Unfortunately, not like them themselves, but like the plan itself. Like Nathan Byrne got hurt. Unfortunately,
Ronan.
yeah.
I mean, we had Jalen Lindsay could have slid in perfectly after.
Bro,
Burn.
we had João Pedro. I know he was still young, but like at least he was a solid left back with a left foot. You know what I mean?
Let him go.
Yeah, we just let him go.
Three.
But yeah, I think it went to shit when we brought Tim Ream in.
Yeah, we relied too much on Tim Ream.
I agree on that.
It changed up our whole sort of back line. Sort of.
David, put the picture up of Tim Ream.
It brought too many questions. Do we put him in center back? Do we put him in left back? Like, what do we do? We have Malanda and Privet. They're doing good, but we got Tim Ream. He's U.S. men's national team guy.
I'm not a fan of him, dude. Even when it was last year when we had a CFO and he's
a dickhead, bro. He's a
dickhead, bro. We had that welcoming event where he was like talk to us. Dude, that dude has no like personality. I don't fuck
Tim
with
Ream. Put my picture up, David.
I got you. I already have it ready.
Shout out to Tim Ream. Shout out
Put
to
my
him.
fucking picture up. Don't walk his bitch ass.
Raul Jimenez.
Well, when I saw, I was like, this shit just went right through Tim Ream. Of course. Of fucking course.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, the one thing is if they were trying to sell the squad, right, or sell Charlotte, they could say, like, hey, look, we've had U.S. men's national team like Tim Ream in, for instance, right? And that would maybe help the sales guy, right? But it definitely ain't helping the squad, in my opinion.
That's the only thing. Like when Charlotte brings up a player, we get 30-year-olds, like late 30s.
Yeah.
Because earlier this week we put up a poll. There was a picture that I shared that Aubameyang is a free agent. I was like, should we go for it? And it was a tie between him and people won 38-year-old Jamie Vardy. Like, why do we have to go get a 38-year-old?
The name
he was going to give one season.
Charlotte's going to Charlotte, man.
We're going to get one season from that guy.
I mean, realistically, do you think you can get Aubameyang though?
Not really, but
exactly. Why go after somebody that's out of our reach? You know what I mean?
But we have to expand. We have to expand. If we're going to be selling players to England for $8 million plus, I expect not the same amount of money transfer. I expect a little more. Because you know why? Because that just proves that, okay, maybe we can bust these players out to these different leagues, but we have to bring in the quality to prove it as well and maintain that. Because you know why? If we bring people that have played in different leagues, have won it, been there, done that, they carry themselves a different way. They're not going to come to the MLS and be like, oh, this is going to be my first chance to win a trophy with a team. No, they're going to be like, I know what to do, the steps to do it. And a huge example of this is I'm a Chelsea fan. We brought Thiago Silva to the team, and at a time that we really needed somebody to bring structure to the team. And guess what? Over time, it didn't happen right away, but over time, we won the Champions League with a squad that was averaging 21 years of age throughout the whole squad.
Yeah.
I know you're not comparing Chelsea to fucking
I'm just saying that one player that can bring that veteran S to the team, that knowledge, that composure, can make a world of a difference.
Yeah, but you could also look at Leicester when they won the Premier League, right? There was no names on that team. It was just
Yeah, but you had some fucking ballers.
But you got to look at it this way.
But none of them
we've
had
seen that.
names.
We've seen that. We've seen it with Atlanta United. They balled out their first season. We've seen it with St. Louis. They balled out their first season.
you gotta find a group of guys that can play well together, right? And the problem is I feel like we got too many individual players, right? And we keep chopping and changing, so they don't get to learn how everybody like runs. You can see again going back to Zaha, right? Sometimes he would get pissed off with like, why don't you pass it? Why don't you make that run, right? And it's just, I don't know, man. It just seems like
Dean's 18 months in, and I don't feel like it's the squad that he would want to have.
no.
Or
And
the players that he would want to have.
I'm with you, Brian. I don't think it's a Dean issue at this point.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
it's
not
a
a
Dean
Dean
issue
issue.
Right. It's right. So I feel like he's starting to put his thumbprint on there, right, on the team. But at the same time, right, I'm sure he's got a list of
He's trying
players.
to make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
That's it. That's one way to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one right there, bro. Make that a poster. Round of applause for Ryan. That was a good one, bro. Hell yeah. Comment of the night, bro. Somebody clip that. We're gonna make that a reel.
That's it. Yeah, for real.
Trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. But I left with a fucking sour taste in my mouth fucking Saturday night.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
man, that was a draw that felt like a loss, 100%. 100%.
For sure.
The whole stadium was, oh, fuck you, Orlando. Like,
Especially the
damn,
way we
this
lost,
fucking
man.
sucked.
To fucking lose the lead like that, 2-0 lead.
It was draining. I can't believe it, bro.
Nah,
Westwood was livid, dude. He was pissed off.
who's
Yeah,
that?
Westwood?
Well, Westwood was pissed, man. Westwood was pissed. There was one moment where Abada took a shot outside the box, left-footed, went super wide. Dude, Westwood tore him a new one, man. Let him have it.
As he fucking should.
Yeah, man. It's just, come on, man. Bro, friend, you were there just to watch the fireworks, man.
Hey,
And to be honest, hold on.
shitty ass fireworks.
I
Shitty
was
ass
about to
fireworks.
say, compared to last year, what a shit! Like that was not what we expected.
Funny,
I
man.
had a better fireworks show at the lake.
That's what's up.
And
Man,
I still got on my fingers.
The best thing that came out of Saturday was the straw hats. The best giveaway so far.
Yeah, I still hadn't got hands on one of those.
For real?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, I saw, man. I think somebody's holding one for me, so we'll see.
Pat's got like 20 of them.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Y'all have your 2-2 hats. I don't want that shit.
I
It
would wear
reminds me of
that.
that game.
I wear the hell out of that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, that shit's dope. I
Yeah.
Oh, that's the hat y'all got when we almost won the game and it ended up being a tie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly right, Pat.
Yeah. Count me out.
Yeah, Pat only takes them all on winning games, right? Maybe that's the problem. That's maybe.
I want winning memories only.
Yeah, maybe.
I want that loser shit.
Yeah,
He said, I know about us like 3'9", but bro kicks like he got jello ankles. My dude is the opposite of Vargas.
yeah. Talking about Vargas, I would like to give him a shout out, man. He's come a long way this season, in my opinion.
Yeah, him and Pep, dude, when they're sinking, they ball together.
Man, if it weren't for Pep, man, where would this team be?
We need to sign him on a long-term contract. What the fuck?
And do we sign him as a DP?
Well, so I guess the thing is, right, we signed him to a loan for the rest of the season, right? So hopefully at the end of the season, we can hopefully get rid of Abada, right?
Everything's going through him. In the last 2 games, he has 4 goal contributions, 16 for the season. Everything goes through him.
He's on point, man. But I would hope that we can keep. I know we're going to the end of the season. Give him that DP contract at the end of the season. Get rid of Abada. Hopefully, get a DP and then this window for a striker to replace Arjuman, and hopefully we can kick on and get that top 4 that is on.
Did we sell for Gursky or he's on loan?
No, he's gone.
We sold him.
He's sold.
Gone.
Yep.
Like I said earlier in the season, I wish he would have stayed this season.
He wanted to stay.
I just hated it. Towards the end of the season, I know he missed that penalty out in Orlando, and they kind of fucked it up. But
I think him and Zoran
him
were
and
heads, man. And Zoran's like, nope, get the shit out of here.
fuck Zoran.
Another reason we got to get rid of Zoran.
Yep.
Making the signs. They're gonna make the signs.
Brian's really.
Brian got like a big ass sign, man. He's got like 20 people. It might as well be a tifo at this point.
Shit, it might have to be. We'll see what happens Saturday.
That's what's up. Yeah, Saturday.
The games are like at 7:30, right? It's not an earlier 7:30.
Yeah, I think so. I can tell you real quick.
Lee, I want to predict the lineup. So obviously no Patrick, right?
Yeah, I mean, Patrick was going to be our first player, right? It made it to the All-Star game, too, and he ain't going to make it now.
Damn, that's true. Man, that's crazy. I just realized that, too.
It should have been Kalina last year, but they fucked him over.
Yeah, 7:30 is the game, right? Saturday.
Yeah.
No giveaways or nothing. Huh?
No.
We just got to win, man. We need to get that groove back at home.
That we do.
Even though DC's doing shitty, Charlotte used to like matches with against their fucking opponent.
Yeah. No, I don't want to predict the lineup, man. I'm predicting the
You just
score.
need Turco Mati to do his job, man.
I don't. And I think he's a good player. I just don't think he's quite ready to be our starter, right? Put that sort of weight on him.
He's still developing, I think.
Yeah, he's still young.
Yes.
He didn't do much last game.
Fair.
He's probably still hurt, too. Didn't he get hurt, like, really bad or something?
Yeah, I think he did, right?
Tokomati?
You don't know.
100%.
Nah, probably just cramps. Everybody was cramping, dude. If you would have paid attention, like towards like the last 10 minutes of the game, Scardino was cramping, Idan was cramping. Everybody was cramping, dude. Everybody was hurt. Like I don't.
Scardino should have came out early, yeah, because he was fucking.
Where like
Both his goals came on his side because he was fatigued.
Where are
He had
those
a good
people?
block, though. If not, it would have been 3
Yeah,
goals.
game saving. Man, now that we think about it, it's a game saving fucking Brock.
Yeah.
Where are these people though behind the scenes that are like keeping these boys healthy with the food and nutrition and that kind of stuff?
The physios.
Yeah.
I called him out the other day.
They
Yeah,
fucking suck.
but they should be
Yeah.
like. Should be no. I mean, I get it. Some players are going to cramp, right? But like you said, Brian, the amount of players that cramped is like, geez, like
For real.
They need
It's
to
an
give him
issue.
some fucking bananas.
It's an issue, man.
Or
How many
they come
times
back
have
from
we seen?
injury and they get back. They get hurt.
I recall 2 games where Tacolmati comes out at halftime because he's cramping. Like
Yeah.
what? You can't be doing that.
give that man some Gatorade.
Nah, he needs some bananas, bro.
Yeah, banana flavored Gatorade. How about that?
Yeah, we do. We need better physios and better like a better team doctor because the Privet didn't start last game because the game before that apparently he played with a hip fracture, but he played the game anyway. Dean said it after the press conference. Doumbia, he was out for 6 weeks with a hamstring, plays a few minutes, goes down again with the same issue. Like
Yeah,
that has to be like, are we forcing them back too early or?
that was in Chicago, right? Where we had 2 left backs come on and just basically get hurt right away.
Yeah.
Maddening.
I'm in that Charlotte food, man. I'm telling you.
All right, Brian, kick it off. Charlotte FC versus NYCFC. Hit us with it.
Before the show, I was on the podcast with the New York guys. They're even though they beat Toronto at home 3-1, they don't like playing Charlotte. They're not. They think we always sweep them. So they're not. I think we beat them at home. Hopefully 3-1. That's what I'm thinking. Every time if we score first at home, we either win or tie. So I always look forward to that. Either you score first. But I think New York's 2 spots above us, so we need to start winning.
Yeah, I think they got a couple of games in hand too.
Damn.
And they got all their guys from the that were out on international duty. They're all back, so we don't.
What do you think, Lee? How confident are you going into this game?
So just because we seem to own, every team in the world, right, has that bogey team that you just always struggle against, right? And, I feel like we're New York's bogey team. And so there, I'm going to go with like a 2-1 Charlotte, maybe. You know, that's what I would like to see. Realistically, I feel like it'd be like a 1-1.
Okay, I can see that. Nate, what about you? What do you think?
2-2.
2-2.
I ain't got no confidence in this team.
Again, man, don't give me a
I
tie.
agree. The only thing I've been hearing.
One thing and one thing only, and that's the fucking bag.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say. I'll go to Vegas and put down that Charlotte and fucking New York is gonna tie tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Fucking Saturday.
You can just jump on and do that now.
Honestly, yeah.
Keep going.
I gotta turn my VPN off.
What about you, Pat? What do you think, man?
I hope we win. I can't stand them Yankees. Hope we win.
Where you from there, dog?
Yeah, that was your first team. Though.
I'm from Lexington, North Carolina.
Hell yeah.
We tear them a new one. We beat them 4-1, brother.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm about to pull up the odds right now.
Oh,
Hey,
let's see it.
Man.
Oh
I was
shit!
gonna say, they fired their coach now. It's DC that fired their coach.
I don't. To be honest, dude, I'm not feeling too hype on Charlotte right now, but I do think we're gonna pull through with a dub. Like you said, we're that buggy team for them. We tend to do well against NYCFC, so hopefully history repeats itself and we just whoop them. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with a 2-0, solid win at home. We don't lose the thing.
I didn't go to that game if we beat them 4-1.
And I want 2 goals from Pep Biel because we need that Pep Biel to come back that we had at the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? Because that goal he scored this past weekend, that was European S.
Yeah,
loved it.
Happening, somebody's gonna come sniffing around, offer him a bag, and he'll be gone.
Oh man, I can leave for that much money. Hell yeah!
The favorite odds right now on FanDuel is 2-1 Charlotte and 1-1. And those are the heavy favorites.
I can see that.
Charlotte's the favorite to win right now.
That's because we're at home.
Yeah, but
I don't see it. Do not see it.
the way these guys have been playing, yeah, I don't.
And it all did, like, if they win Saturday, everybody shows up Wednesday. If not, bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, we'll be there regardless, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Us fans, but, like, to me, it's been, like, lately, it hasn't been, like, full like it used to be.
It's been hot.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, again, right? I mean, like Pat said earlier in the show, right? I mean, people are on vacation and all that kind of stuff too, right? Someone's kind of odd like that. Trying to make good excuses for the team, man.
Yeah.
I'll support the bad ever, right? Players come and go, man, and so will managers and everybody else, but fans will always be here. So
they pissed me
hopefully
off.
start out the big game, man.
Yeah.
I need to have a big game. Because he hasn't peaked. Like, we haven't seen the best version of him. He's had good games, but we haven't seen him really, like, take over a game.
Brian, I'm going to pause you right there because we got Buddy joining us.
Hello.
New York.
How you guys doing? What's up, guys? John Sanchez here from NYCFC Forever podcast. I think Yusuf, my other co-host, is probably clicking the links as well as we speak right now.
Yep, there he is. Bada bing, bada boom.
All right.
Bing bong.
From New York City.
How you guys doing, fellas? All right.
It's like I feel like I'm in like what's that game with all the boxers?
Hollywood Squares or something
like that? There you go. That one. What up, everybody?
What's good?
Goody, man?
Yeah. We just had a Brian on our show like an hour ago or so, and we just wrapped up recording our episode that's dropping tomorrow as well.
Yeah. Ours actually goes live right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
people can see it. People comment. You know, they join. We got it live on Instagram as well.
Hey.
So how do you guys see the game going on Saturday?
After much thought and deliberation, I think it's going to be a good game. All right. I think it's going to be a very evening match. We have historically, Charlotte has had our number. These is one of the few teams in MLS that I could say they got us. You know, like who's our daddy? Charlotte seems to be one of our daddies right now for the past few years, right? That being said, we haven't been that great on the road this year. We have struggled on the road this year. We tend to be a different team that we are at home for whatever multitude of reasons. I know you guys are probably tired of people bringing up the turf and stuff like that, but the turf is a factor when our most important player, Maxi Morales,
like 39 years old.
At 39 years old and has bum knees, you know, like he already struggles to play a full 90. And this season alone, every time he's been subbed off at whatever point in the match, our team becomes a different team.
Yeah.
And it's a question of if and when he gets subbed out and what happens after that. Will Charlotte be able to capitalize on our in a different shape that we have? You know, so because we tend to put in defensive players at times. If we're trailing a goal, our coach kind of makes we don't have a like for like substitute for Maxi Morales. That's our problem. We don't have nobody who could do what he does or even compare to what he does. Even get close.
He's just number 10.
Our number 10. Yeah.
If you guys honestly, if any team can hold down the midfield against us, we then become a little bit sporadic because we don't have someone that distributes. Unfortunately, so once you kill our distribution, our forwards are not getting the ball, and we need to be able to get the ball either to our wings to cross in, or Alonso or Bakra, whoever was playing up top, needs to be able to hold that ball in the box. Like there's no we don't have an outside the box shooter. We don't have someone that can sort of one dribble, two dribble you out of position. Like our stuff needs to build. And if we can't build through the midfield, we're shit. Like it's what it is.
That being said, things have changed the past 3 or 4 games with Hannes Wolf taking on a new life in his game where he's shown another level that he hasn't that we've only seen signs of the last year and a half. And with his couple goals over the weekend, his link up play with Maxi Morales sounds it shows that he could. I think he's becoming a legitimate threat. I'm not sure if we should be worried about him because when he has a bad game, it's so noticeable that he basically disappears off the field. Yeah. Like it becomes a black hole wherever he's at, and he doesn't give much defensively either. So it becomes Hannes Wolf is someone to look forward to. If he has a good game, I want to say we win, right? Because any fan will always want their team to win. But it will be hard for me to say to convince myself that we are going to win.
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of touched on it before you jumped on here, man. Like we are your bogey team, right? But since we've joined the league, we sort of had your number. I think you've only beat us once, right? Maybe twice, right? Mm-hmm. And so yeah, like you said, right? I feel like and plus we're at home, and like you guys, we're shit. We're complete shit on the road, right? You know, we made fun of it. You brought up the turf. It's almost like Charlotte's allergic to play on grass. Right? The only time we win on the road is like Atlanta, Seattle, right? Versus going somewhere where they have grass. And it's just, I don't know, man. You might be picking
it's the allergies.
Yeah. Nah, it's true. It's true. I mean, it's also the league. I'll say the league is not a good road league.
Yeah.
It's, very minimal. I think so. Maybe Toronto, when they had their record-breaking year, were like crazy on the road, and I think LA as well. But this season is such an up and down for us that I think our fan base has shared that meme of what's the manager who's like, sometimes we're shit, sometimes that's just been shared. Yeah,
sometimes they be good, sometimes they be shit.
That thing's been shared around like every page, every chat, because that's like literally who we are this year. We don't know if we're gonna get the team we got this last week on against Toronto, or we're gonna get the team that lost to Montreal. That is literally the worst team besides Galaxy.
Y'all lost to Montreal?
Yeah. 2 games ago.
Was that home or away?
Away.
Away. We were in
That's
Montreal.
only away win.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right, Toronto.
Montreal did the double on us this year.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Again,
We've given them 2 out of their 3 wins this season.
Damn,
and
dog.
they're shit. They're absolute shit. Like they don't.
For doing that for them, man.
So
Where are the goals coming from New York? Is everything coming through
Hannes and
Maximo
Alonso.
Morales, or
Alonso Martinez first and foremost,
Yeah.
right? He is
is he creating his own goals, or is somebody giving him
no, we need to distribute.
he does both. He could dribble past a few people and put a shot in. He is not afraid to shoot from outside the box. He is clearly our best goal scorer. He has the most goals and he's our best goal scorer. Recent form, Hannes Wolf is brewing. He's brewing something.
Yeah.
He's been showing. He scored a few goals past. I think he has 3 goals in the last 3 games. I think something like that, some number like that.
He's our second leading goal scorer.
And Maxi Morales only has 1 goal this season, but he's not really a goal scorer. So it's really those 2. But the past game, we had Kevin O'Toole score, our left back. That doesn't happen. And the goal that they scored, I felt like it should have been a contender for goal of the week, for MLS goal of the week, because it was like a crazy build-up play from midfield, tiki-taka, back and forth, and then Kevin O'Toole out of nowhere slides up the middle and scores a golazo.
How's your defending of fullbacks? Like
not good because our starting fullbacks are both hurt.
What do you think, Lee?
Ass.
Let us know, Lee.
I mean, yes, right. To Brian hit on it. Right, we got some injuries that is really bringing us in. But like, our fullbacks are not going to be running up and down the wing trying to like cross balls in and anything like that. Right, like you mentioned, it was funny. We got Taluma, which is I don't think he's even played a game for us this year. Come on, last game scores a goal. Right, we go.
No, Taluma has 2 starts, 2 goals.
Oh
well,
shit!
One's in during the Open Cup, but dude, he hasn't started a actual MLS game since last year in April, I believe.
Man, you guys touched on defense. I mean midfield. If we could shut down your midfield, but like our midfield like a donut, man. We just got nothing in the middle, right? You're just gonna play right through us as well. So
they just run around like they got engines, but they just just go straight through us.
It's going to be a matter of who has the least amount of cramps.
For real, because for some reason our team loves to cramp early.
Really?
We have our young right back, Micha Linic, which I think he's going to start. Right? I think he's going to start the next game. He came on off of injury. He was with Slovenia's U23 team, I think it was.
Yeah.
Past international window. I think he will start again. He provides a lot of offense coming from the right side, a lot of overlap plays. He is not afraid to cross the ball, and he's also not afraid to shoot. He's the one who famously scored the equalizing goal in Miami to open the season and did the Sioux in front of Messi. The Ronaldo.
Okay. Is he a young DP or just a regular squad?
A young player.
I think
on U22 maybe. I don't think we do that anymore. But he's like 20 years old, and he acts all of 20 years old. He acts like a kid still. He plays with that energy that he just doesn't care.
He's fun to watch.
He's very fun to watch. He's very great personality. He just literally tattooed on his arm the Heath Ledger's Joker, Why So Serious. He did a full sleeve of the Why So Serious on his shoulder.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good match, though. Like I think
our other right back, our other backup right back, sometimes starter, Tavon Gray is more of a defensive-minded right back. You know, if he starts, that means we're going to lock down whoever's playing on that side.
Yeah, we just got no confidence, man. Our team has no confidence. If you score on us, man, you're gonna see everybody's head's gonna drop.
Identity.
Yeah,
you'll probably hear it too. Like if you're in the stadium or even watching it from home, dude, it gets so quiet the moment a team from away scores on us, dude. It's like you can hear a pin drop in that stadium, dog. It gets so quiet, like it just dies all of a sudden.
I just need to play Pepas all 90 minutes. That's all you gotta do.
We can't jump that long, bro. Have you tried it, bro?
Just keep playing it. Nah, not me.
On you.
I'm not. My big ass is not jumping for 90 minutes. Fuck that.
You used to got like a 2-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Right now, I think.
that's when you just bounce, but then we end up cramping up too. So
we bounce walking up the stairs. It's all right.
I'm at a top rope, Joe. You know, I'm on that bottom rope, just like
yeah, that's it, man. Just bend your knees, you right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But looking forward, having Matt Freeze back in goal. I hope he got some of those Gold Cup moments out of his system. He has this year for NYCFC had a couple blunders already, so he is capable of making mistakes, you know. And we saw that in the Gold Cup. If you guys pay attention to the US in the Gold Cup, he has moments, at least one moment a game where it's like, what are you doing, you know? And this season, a couple of times it's led to opposing team goals. Our center backs, I think we have a really strong center back pairing with Thiago Martins, who is a DP, and our homegrown signing Justin Hack, who's like 23 at this point. He's been homegrown for 6-7 years at this point. He was our second homegrown.
He's our chucked up block. He's a utility guy.
Yeah, he's been playing everywhere. He's played everywhere on the field, but the past 2 seasons he's really locked down that center back position. And with them, our defensive midfield, it's like a rotating cast. We have like this 18-year-old who started the season as a 17-year-old, locking down Messi as his first ever game, played against Miami and locked down Messi, to him disappearing, doesn't play anymore barely. So there's another guy, Andres Pereira, who's coming off injury. He had a really bad injury for the past 6 months. He hasn't played this year. So we don't really know who's our defensive midfielder, who's going to be our starting defensive midfielder. That's a question we've had the past couple months. So I think it's going to be a very good game. I think it has the potential to be I like 0-0s, 1-1 thrillers, you know, like that. That's kind of game I like, when it's like whoever scores first is going to win type of thing. You know, I like that kind of scenario, and I do see it possibly ending up like in a tie game of some sorts.
Yeah. We were telling Brian, man, like you guys, I understand you guys are like, I think 10th right now and struggling, but it's just, there's something about us in Charlotte that just, you know, it just doesn't work for us. I don't know what it is. It's just, you got our number, and I'm fully expecting just either a shit show or the best thing that we can do. I don't think anything in the middle for us when we go down there. It's either we're gonna beat you at 4-1, or it's gonna be a trash ass 0-0.
I agree, because the only thing I've been hearing from our coach preach all week is that we need to regain our balance.
Oh,
so
you just find out. I used to work with his cousin. I used to work with your manager. Like, I used to work with his cousin, and he would show me pictures of when he used to manage Villa.
Yeah.
And then so he would always talk about like, he always, you know, like he was a big John Terry fan. So he was like, when John Terry was on the squad, he was like, oh my God, I want to meet him. Then the third, I got to see him play when he was coaching Brentford. I got to see him Brentford versus Arsenal, and they put it on Arsenal that time. So that's why, like, I think your coach, you have a good coach. I think
we have a good coach. We have a shitty sport.
Yeah, you guys, the players that need to be around them, I just need to be of better quality. And I think you guys had that for a little bit, like, because I for a couple, like, I think when was it, 2 seasons ago, you guys were like, you were in there, like you guys were.
Last year, we showed moments of brilliance, but we unfortunately it trickled on to the following season because we had a long spell of home games, like back to back to back. Nothing but home games. We do great at home, but then this long spell of away games came, and dude, for some reason we can't do good away from home, and when we went from being top all the way down to like where we at right now, and it's like 2 different teams. You know what I mean?
So this is the start. Speaking of away games, this is the start of a pretty difficult away spell for us, which the Charlotte game is on paper the easiest game because it only gets harder. We have Charlotte away, Orlando away next week, Wednesday. Then we go to Kansas City away next Saturday. And then the week after that on Friday, on a shorter week, we go to Dallas. We have a tough schedule coming up, and this is as much as a must win for us that is in the season, because we cannot go the next 4 games without generating many points.
Yeah.
And if we can't beat Charlotte, no, respectfully, like the next 3 games, there's no way we could believe we could beat these teams.
And then we got
And
Leagues Cup coming
we
up
can-
too.
Yeah,
We
because
can
League Cup as
the
well.
games you're playing, we just got them playing, and we lost against Kansas, we lost against Orlando.
Well, we
tied
drew.
against
Drew,
them.
yeah.
Then we tried. It felt like a loss.
No.
But yeah,
Well, let's
those are
say
your
y'all
words.
do drop points in Charlotte. How worried are you guys for y'all's playoff spell?
Listen,
Ooh.
we're only a couple spots above Charlotte on the playoff line, so
Yeah.
it's like a loss here or there at this point in the season. How many games we played already? We played 20 games already, 14 games left. These games matter now. We're at the point in the season where every game matters. You know, like people always say, like in April, we dropped like 8 points or 8 points in our first 4 games for getting tied late or losing the games late in the beginning of the season. Those points are still haunting me. You know, they're going to haunt us all season. So that's why we can't lose more points and crucial moments like this.
We literally cannot lose games.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm looking at the table now. You guys are not that far behind us. And
it's
and
us,
right
Red Bull, and you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that what? Is a 2-point difference?
We have 31. You're on 26, so 5 points. But you're only 2 points behind the playoff line.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I said. It's just it's one of those games where it's like it can easily be a swing game going forward because we're gonna be on the road. If you guys can at least get 3 home games, like it can work out. Like it can legit work out where it's like by the end of our trip, we're 10th and you can easily be.
We could easily be deep in the hole after 4 games on the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
And it doesn't help. We get these next 3 games, and then the league gets put on pause because we got the League's Cup.
Yeah, we got the Jabroni Leagues Cup, which sucks
How
for
do you
us.
guys feel about that?
Well, this is the thing. This is the problem for NYC and NYCFC fans. Our Leagues Cup home matches this year are being played at
Sports Illustrated. What is it called? Institute.
Sports Illustrated Arena.
Stadium, yeah.
Or stadium, yeah.
Red Bull
that
Arena.
bullshit.
Red Bull Arena.
Yeah, also known as Red Bull Arena, yeah.
Where you guys beat us in front of like 300 people a few years ago and did a Vuelta Olímpica celebrating like you guys just won the MLS Cup or something when it was us that were celebrating winning the MLS Cup a few months prior.
Damn.
And I was at that game and it still hurt me watching you guys celebrate that on that field like I think that was your first win of the season, I think, too. At that,
Probably. That's why they were so excited.
Yeah. But the problem, so Leagues Cup for us, we're playing 2 out of the 3 games at Rebel Arena. Our fans refuse to go to Rebel Arena.
We don't go to there for home games.
We don't go. Our supporters don't go. Our supporters section usually is like 20 people. Like, we don't go. We purposely, as a fan base, do not go to these games. So now, against Puebla and León, they're going to be massive away games. Massive away games, overwhelmingly away, like disgustingly.
When do those games land?
Our first Leagues Cup game is on the 29th. It's on a Tuesday night.
Isn't every Mexican from New York from Puebla?
Yes,
It's
Puebla York.
I got excited.
This is Puebla York. Yes, a large Pueblano communities is New York. They're heavy on the Puebla here. You know, so
yeah. Pat's
the thing when teams like from Mexico or just any other country come in, that country just rallies around them, and it becomes like whatever. Like you'll see other jerseys. Like when Pumas came and played us, you would just start seeing America jerseys, Guadalajara jerseys. Like they'll just go to the game and just be like,
I saw a Club de Cuervos jersey at
word, yeah,
at Atlas game. I think it was when we played Atlas.
So when Alex actually brought a bunch of fans,
but so those 2 games is difficult. So I don't see us winning those 2 games. Yeah,
against Liga MX sides.
We've seen it at home too. Last year when we played Cruz Azul at home, it was
Cruz Azul.
It was Cruz Azul Stadium. Yep.
It's difficult. And then our 3rd game we play at Yankee Stadium, which will be against Toluca, the reigning champions, if I'm not mistaken, of Mexico.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, good luck to us again. But I do say this. I've always said this. I stay firm for. Besides our first year in 2015, we have one of the best records in MLS since 2016 till now at home not just at home, at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
I put us up against anybody in the world at Yankee Stadium. I give us a fighting chance. There's something about Yankee Stadium where we we don't lose often at Yankee Stadium. We'll go play at Citi Field, and it's the opposite. The Mets Stadium, it's the opposite. It's the bad Mets juju that contagious us, and we lose very big important matches at Citi Field. We lost multiple years in the playoffs at Citi Field. We lost to the Rebels last year in the playoffs, the first ever Hudson River Derby in the playoffs at Citi Field. We lost that game. We've been eliminated multiple times at Citi Field. Citi Field is the boogeyman stadium for us, home stadium for us. Rebel Arena doesn't even count anymore because I don't pay attention to that. Like those are games that it just hurts me that we have to play those games there because nobody goes. That's what makes it so painful. It's embarrassing and good for the league and good for the team that they make us play there. They, but
not after 2027.
Yeah,
can't wait for that one.
Yeah, well, hopefully they switch it up because I feel like everything through Apple they have made improvements, but I feel like overall it could be better. I feel like they could have more exposure if they went away from the subscription based thing from the league.
I think the Apple production is actually like crap. Like I don't like the Apple production. Like literally.
You go ahead.
You just have to wait for the game. It's that black screen that shows the
screensaver.
Different languages.
There's no coverage.
And then you just go to the match.
Yeah. I don't like that Apple is making us have two paywalls. Because we have. Do you guys get the Apple subscription for free with the MLS? Yeah, us too. All right. So for those who don't have season tickets, they got to pay two paywalls: the Apple TV Plus and then the MLS Season Pass.
Exactly.
I don't like that concept of having to pay two paywalls to watch our MLS games. I feel like I, as an NYCFC fan, listen to everything MLS in Spanish because I feel like everybody in English is a former Rebel player.
Yeah,
and
true.
It's so many.
That is true.
We get Michael Giannoni, the commentator, commenting our games all the time in English. I don't want to hear his voice. He was the voice of the Rebels for 22 years. I don't want to hear him.
And they bring it up all the time.
And they bring it up all the time. And then when you watch for NYCFC fan, as an NYCFC, when you watch it in English more than in Spanish it doesn't happen often. They constantly bring up every single game the same 5 stats. We play at Yankee Stadium. We play on the baseball field. The stadium is too small. The grass is. I'm like, bro, both teams got to play on this field. We know that we play on the baseball stadium. If I watch the game, we could tell it's a fucking shitty view. Like, it's just so. That's what gets me about Apple. It's their effort. It looks okay. It's shot in 1080p. Great, I can see clearly. 4K. 4K or whatever. But like the effort in production, and especially this year where the commentators are no longer traveling to games.
Yeah,
they're doing it from a remote studio. It's not the same. You hear the guys talk about, oh, let me see what the sub is. I can't really tell. They're saying this on the broadcast is because they can't really tell who's about to come in.
Have you guys gotten any in stadium production? Like when you guys are at home games, do you see them? Like anybody do a desk?
Oh no!
The only time I saw it was the home opener.
Yeah. The last time we actually saw people actually do live broadcasts within the stadium, like was how Brian said at the very first home game, Alexi Lalas was there.
So it was a Fox. Yeah. Oh, so it was a Fox game then.
Exactly. Yeah. It was live. That's the last time we seen people actually broadcast live from the stadium.
Apple has never done a desk at our home games.
No. I don't think they've done one at the bank either.
No.
They only did do that.
They were doing it for Miami for a little bit. All of Miami matches were getting, 20 minutes pre and post matches, but there's a lot to be left to desire on Apple TV. I don't think we, even as it's free, so it's cool. But let's say you weren't a season ticket holder, would you think you get value out of what the league is putting out there, even under subscription? Because they did the sort of Drive to Survive, starting 5 kind of documentary that they did in the beginning for certain players, and that was cool. But there was nothing came after that. And then you go to match, you see that screensaver. Put something there. You guys have commercials.
They got the screensaver on the replays.
Yeah, they don't even edit
matches. They don't even edit them out. They have the 5-minute buildup of the screensaver with subtitles in 7 languages on the replays.
So
That doesn't make sense to me.
Do you guys get a local news local TV station that shows the game like the next day? Because here in Charlotte we get the CW. I think it's like Fox or the CW that on Sunday at 11 they show the game again, and then at 7 p.m.
Major
everything's on Apple
here in New York City don't even acknowledge soccer as a sport.
Yeah.
Not one sports radio
have a beat
station.
reporter.
We don't have beat reporters for any newspapers,
any major newspapers,
major New York outlet in New York City.
Yeah, we have
acknowledge soccer as a sport.
Not even when you guys go to the league.
Nope, bro, barely.
We didn't even get a parade.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the end of COVID, but
the coverage was atrocious. They use a lot of the so AP will send somebody because they have to, and then whatever the wire is, it's what the Daily News and everybody else runs. Like you'll see ESPN will just run whatever the AP news.
New York
runs.
City.
And this was like blurbs of what happened.
Was the capital, the inventors of sports talk radio. Everything was modeled off New York City. Mike and the Mad Dog back in the early 90s and everything. Everybody got the concept of sports radio from New York City. Not one New York City sports talk radio show in New York City when all the stations talk about soccer. Not one. Nothing. They talk about soccer once a year, probably at the beginning of the season when the team probably pays for a D block on the final hour of the show to come in to be like, hey, our season started and coming out to the game, and they ask generical questions like,
you guys have
what's the deal with Messi? You know, like
you guys have like free newspapers like that you can kind of just grab from around like the neighborhoods.
No,
like
not anymore.
We used to have one
some spots that you can.
Like the ones like they're like a plastic bin and then you just kind of open it.
Yeah,
we had
you can go and buy them, but yeah.
Yeah, like those little stuff that you can do at the supermarket. Then we had two. One was AM New York, and the other one was Metro. AM New York, free newspapers, and they're littered with ads. Those two would be the newspapers that cover the team the most.
Yeah,
will be those two,
newspaper,
and it's free. And then they stop covering it.
Yeah, and they stopped covering it.
Yeah, and El Diario, which was the Spanish sort of daily news, they were covering it for a little bit, and they stopped covering it.
No one covers soccer.
No one covers soccer. Dude.
So New York don't care about New York FC.
No.
Damn, that explains how the champions so better.
Every time like a Twitter page will go and like New York has gone X amount of years without a championship. We always have to go like, what are you talking about? Like we literally just share the GIF of holding the trophy, and then like the Liberty also just won. So it's us and women's sports don't get no coverage.
Yeah. NYCFC has a problem with obviously we have no major media coverage. So all we have is fan-based pods. So we don't consider ourselves journalists, right? We're like a fan-based pod. We joke around, we have fun with this, right? But there's other pods that cover the team on a more journalistic standpoint, like Blue Balls pods and Blue City Radio and the Outfield. And the way the team treats the only people covering this team is so bad. Like they don't even get the respect that they should get, and the like the accessibility that they would probably give if ESPN were to come every week or the newspapers were to come every week. The only people covering the team on a journalistic standpoint don't get the respect and access to players or anything like that. Because this team is fucking run really bad front office wise. It's like that's a whole. We could talk for hours how many mistakes this team has done, PR wise, press, fan wise. It does a lot of things wrong. And one of the things it does wrong is the way how they treat the fan media, fan pods. Like we've been trying to get access to a couple players for 2 or 3 years now, so we could do like little skits and like interview style, but have fun, jokingly skits, and we don't even get replies.
Wow.
But yet we have listeners of the pods who work for the team in high level positions, and we get no love. We're like, our pod is basically based on like supporters. Like we're the supporters, and a lot of the supporters, most of the supporters most of our lowest listeners are supporters. Right. So we have a little bit of huh?
Are you guys part of a group?
We're like Switzerland a little bit. We're like
yes.
We've all dabbled in the groups, everybody knows who we are. I mean, at least for me, I'm not part of an official group. But I am like, I'll hang out with everybody.
So people, I've been here since the beginning. I've been here since 2013, since the day the team was announced. I was like the second or third member in the Facebook group. I helped start what now is the third rail. Like, I've been in the supporters culture for this team since the very, very beginning. So I don't want to brag or sound like I'm bragging or anything like that. But like, a lot of people like listen, like take what I say at times to like as true for as or they'll at least give me a listen and they'll listen to my opinion in a sense, right? So our listeners, that's why I guess it succeeded. Our pod succeeded in that front, that we get a lot of our listeners through supporters, our friends, or hundreds of people that you guys probably shake hundreds of hands every game, and it's like, dude, what was that guy's name again? Like, you know, so many people. So when we try to do our campaigns for the supporter section, usually start on our podcast. You know, like we'll bring up a topic and then it just spreads to the supporter section, good or bad or protest or anything like that. So we kind of, or like if supporters have something they want to share, we share it for them. You know, any beefs or anything like that. God, I fucking love this team, man. Like,
that's what's up. You are like the voice of the supporters.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I love this team. When people ask me all the time, what's your favorite league in the world? What's your favorite team in the world? I always say NYCFC and MLS, you know, because I've devoted over 10 years, 12 years of my life into this at this point. And it's superseded any other, even my baseball teams, my football teams, my basketball teams. Like it's levels above all that at this point. And I just like,
no, that's why we fuck with like when with like people like you guys, like Yap, come together to do exactly what we know has to happen. Like without folks like us creating the content, you're just creating stuff that you wanted to see from your team. So it ends up just being like other people are like, oh shit, people are doing something. Let me just tune in, and it just becomes the culture. It grows from there. Like it doesn't have to be the most like perfect looking thing. It just has to be authentic at the end of the day. And once you have that. Once you have that, it's just, and that comes from just being there day in, day out with the club. Like you guys are also fans. You're just not covering the team as like sports writers covering a team. You're talking about the team and like, this affects me. Like what happens?
Yeah, I pay a season ticket.
What happens in those 90 minutes, bro? Like I go home and I start thinking about that. Like if it's a bad day, it's like we've all probably had it. You leave a match and you're like, don't talk to me.
Yeah, dead ass. Yeah. That was last game, bro. It was a draw that felt like a loss.
So it's one of those things. Yo, guys, I have to go. Thank you guys for
thank you so much for joining us, man.
Nah, bro.
Thank you guys.
I'm not gonna be there on Saturday, but I think I will probably be visiting Charlotte soon because I did like it when I was down there. I need to eat some of
them. No, man.
Yeah, we went down last season for the season opener, and I had a great time. I liked Charlotte. I'm gonna stick around. You guys mind if I stick around for a bit?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, Yusuf, hasta la vista. Yeah, I enjoy Charlotte. The only thing that I found weird, I asked one of my Uber drivers, like, "Hey, what's there to do around here historically? Is like any historical buildings?" Because it felt too new construction for me. You know, like the whole like area near the stadium, like all that walking area, because we kind of like stayed near the stadium and then walked to like the couple bars and then walked to the game. It felt all too new for me, and it was just like, I feel like I'm missing something here. Like, did I not get the memo of where to the historical aspect? I know Charlotte's as a historical city in this country. And the guy was like, "Nah, we kind of just tore everything down and built new."
Yeah. Pretty much the most historical thing that you could have probably seen was the Bank of America Stadium, to be honest. But they're always renovating it, so you probably didn't even feel like it was old or like historic, just because of that reason. Like it's always getting renovated. They're always changing stuff around. Yeah, so
yeah,
I could totally see that, bro.
Yeah, I like Charlotte. I've gone to almost. I'm missing very few teams in MLS away games. Like the very few teams. I think less than seven teams maybe I haven't gone to. but I like Charlotte. I would go back. I felt that the
Let us
vibe.
know, man.
I felt like the vibe was pretty cool. The chill, the food. I'm a big foodie. You know, like I like the food out there. I always hear about barbecue. Everywhere I go, I eat their barbecue, and everybody. What
I'm gonna
happens?
tell you
Let
right
these
now,
boys
if you
know.
want
Let
some
these boys know.
barbecue, if you want some the best barbecue in North Carolina,
I think I
you
touched
gonna-
the nerve here. Like my
you
man over
gonna
here.
taste-
I said those 3 magical letters, and he just resucitó. Like what?
You don't
Look,
even know, man. You don't
I'm
even
from the
know.
barbecue capital of America. All right, Lexington, North Carolina. You
Okay.
drive an hour north of Charlotte, you're gonna find the best barbecue there. Pull up Lexington Barbecue Center.
Give me a second.
That's
about to
all
pull
I'm
it
gonna
up.
say. That's all I gotta say.
That's probably the closest historical place to Charlotte you'll find.
I mean, shit, you drive
Not
around
in a good
Lexington,
way.
you definitely gonna see some slave houses.
Chill.
You want to see historical?
I've seen some crazy shit when I went to Atlanta one time,
Oh yeah,
and,
Atlanta.
and I was expecting that in Charlotte. When I went to Charlotte, I was expecting the weird, like the crazy in Charlotte, because you know it's like a different South, you know.
Yeah.
But I've experienced the
Magic
good old.
City's crazy, man. Magic City's crazy.
I've also experienced Magic City and their wings, their world famous wings, because what's better than wings but eating them with some booty cheeks in your face?
Amen.
Brian about to get in trouble. Chill.
For real.
Yeah, man.
Brian about to get a whooping.
What they talking about booty cheeks on there for?
Like, now you're not going out next week.
Have you guys come up to New York City at any time?
No, well, the closest we've been was Red Bull Arena.
This is New Jersey.
I know Nate and Pat for sure. I don't know if Nate's gone up there. Nate, you been up there?
I've been up there, not for a soccer game, but I've been up to New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
But definitely when y'all get y'all's new stadium, bro, we in there for sure. For sure.
So the new stadium is not too far from me. Like I live in Queens. I'm from Queens. I'm lived here my whole life.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's right across the street from Citi Field. Which up till now still there's nothing around Citi Fields.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's nothing. But on the train, 3 stops away on the train, or a 20-minute walk, whichever you prefer, it is like the cultural epicenter of Latin America.
You talking about
You know what I
Roosevelt?
mean? La Roosevelt. You know what I mean? Whatever you want.
That man from
I've been
Puerto
there a few
York, I'm
times.
telling you.
Yeah, that dude's from Puebla, York, bro.
I'm
He's
from New York.
originally, he's a Charlotte fan, but he used to be an NYC fan.
I'm from Corona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He got it.
So you know.
Yeah, I know.
Keep down with it.
He's down from Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, I was born in New York. I moved out here when I was 13, 14 years old.
Oh wow. All right.
I
Well,
was an NYCFC fan before Charlotte existed.
and you built that southern twang out of nowhere.
Damn right.
Hello, buddy.
So,
This is
but
my
yeah,
country now.
which is cool is that like the whole neighborhood, it's all like a Latin American neighborhood. It's a big, massive neighborhoods, which is only like I said, 20-minute walk or 3 stops away from the train, and you can find every Latin American country you could think of in this neighborhood. Food from every country, bars from multiple different types of bars. So there is going to be a lot to do when you go to these games at the new stadium, and then the neighborhood that's being built with the stadium. We're yet to know what that's going to offer in entertainment value also. So that should be cool. Also, the owner of the Mets just put in a bid for a casino in the parking lot of the Mets. So I think it's going to go through, which I'm not a fan of, but the possibilities of entertainment in that area is going to be crazy in a couple years. It's just going to be like remarkable how different that neighborhood is.
Yeah.
From
It's
now,
going to be a soccer specific stadium, but is it going to host like concerts and stuff? Or
listen, one thing you should know about MLS owners, they're all about their money.
yeah,
So I've heard from players, LAFC, they put concerts on every week in that stadium when there's no games. And I've heard players tell me themselves that field is the worst field in the league. With good weather, imagine that. So imagine a city that gets a lot of cold weather having concerts frequently, which I believe they will. I truly believe they were gonna have. It's gonna be the same type of thing, concerts regularly, and I just hope it doesn't affect the field as much. You know, like that's important to me. That's the important part. If they're able to keep the field good and playable and the playing surface up to the level that players want and need, then go for it. Speaking of which, Rebel Arena just announced they're going to be having concerts also. They never have had concerts since they've opened that stadium.
And you know what that ultimately leads to, moving from a grass field to a turf field, just because sustainability and, you know, maintaining it is just, it's so much more difficult when you have to put something over grass, don't have to worry about fucking it up or anything like that. Yeah. It's just, it's an American thing, dude.
It is, but I just hope it doesn't have to get to that. You know, that's the thing. But like I said, the first point, American ownership is all about their money.
Yeah, true. But like with the capacity, y'all are like aiming for like what, 25K people capacity wise?
Yeah. So
how do you think that's gonna affect y'all with, like, you say, concerts and stuff like that?
I think it'll be a great atmosphere. So let's put it this way. Cincinnati Stadium. When they announced the stadium, they used Cincinnati Stadium, which is about the same capacity, right? But they have like a larger footprint. Their stadium is going to be bigger. Their stadium is bigger, right? Our stadium is going to have the same capacity as Cincinnati and half the size of the acreage in stadium. So our stadium is going to be compact, real tight, with the roofing, with the partial roofing because it's not fully enclosed, with the roofing and everything. It should lead to a very intimate and
acoustics,
real close feel.
And yeah, it's going to be really close. It's going to be really tight. Like the fans are going to be on top of the players. The angle, I forget the degrees of the supporter section. Like, these are numbers that are like crazy. And also because it's directly in the flight path of LaGuardia Airport, they can't go too high. So all of this is like compact. You know, it's gonna be gonna be intense. It's gonna be. I am looking forward to it. You know, it's like something we've always dreamed about as an NYC fan. One day we get our stadium, multiple stadium bids falling through. The Yankees, who are partial owners, fucking us over on a stadium over 300 parking spaces. They didn't want to cut the deal over 300 parking spaces.
Damn.
That's why we lost the World Series.
Yeah. Against those Dodgers. But yeah, so it's just exciting. I actually work close to the stadium site, so I'm seeing the progress daily, which is pretty cool. I think
I bet that's exciting.
It is exciting, but I'll tell you this much: the area behind the stadium hasn't been redeveloped or scheduled to be redeveloped, and it's literally like, it's like junkyard central. Like, it is really disgusting back there. It's like rinky dink mechanic shops. The streets are like third world streets. They haven't been maintained in 100 years. Purposefully. The city,
like South Carolina.
The city purposely neglected this neighborhood. That's why they were able to get this land for so cheap.
Yeah.
For 100 years, the city said, we're not going to take care of this land.
That's where the chop shops were at.
The chop shops, yeah. So
yeah, my dad used to go there all the time.
Yeah, so now a lot of the chop shops are still there. They're not going nowhere for now. So it's gonna be weird. The dynamic, there's the stadium and everything. Hey, good lucky, and then like a tourist comes in and happens to walk an extra block or half a block, and you're like, where the hell am I? And you have the craziest people looking at you. It's gonna be. I'm fully expecting the banter coming. It's once people realize what the hell's around that stadium. Whew, yeah. But the other way is gonna be beautiful. But on the backside, oh boy.
Yeah. But eventually, with time, that'll probably change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not. It's so far, it's not scheduled to. So that's why it's like the unknown of when.
Yeah.
You know. But I really like the stadium design.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah. Who just got a stadium? Chicago just announced a stadium design, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cookie cutter NYC Stadium. Put them side by side. The roofs are the same L-shaped roofs. The interior is the same thing. The only thing that changes is the exterior. They're Chicago's going with more of a brick look, and we're going with a cement look. I'm not liking if the soccer specific stadiums are going to start becoming more cookie cutter.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? They got to be specific to where they're at. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's like that company's like, for this much of money, you can get this.
Yeah,
The Columbus Stadium and like Nashville Stadium exactly the same.
Exactly. Orlando
Exactly
Stadium.
I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Orlando Stadium's not that different looking than theirs. It's just that it's a little bit smaller. Like it's more open. It's not as much roofed.
Yeah, that's true. It's like
The
cut
only
out.
different one I've seen that I like DC. I like DC Stadium.
Yeah, DC Stadium is nice. But one thing I will complain about is I wish the seats were closer to the field. Like it's almost like when you go away to Atlanta, your front row seats, you're still like 10, 20 feet above the field. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that out. Yeah, exactly. I want to be close. If I'm front row, I want to be right there on the field. Like I want to like if I could reach over the barricade, I want to touch some grass. You feel me?
Yeah, DC Stadium is also a smaller stadium, but it's very steep. That one's a very steep stadium.
That's just steep as fuck.
And where they put the away fans is like 100, like a few hundred steps going up on a very steep angle. It's very scary. Austin Stadium is the Nashville Stadium in green.
Yeah.
The Q2.
Yeah, it's the cookie cutter aspect of these stadiums are becoming a little bit of concern. You know, a lot of them are looking too similar. And do you guys have plans for a soccer specific stadium, or is
not yet
to ride out?
Yeah, for right now they're content. Maybe like in the future, but right now they're content using the Bank of America Stadium.
They're about to renovate the Bank of America Stadium again.
Yep, are they going to put a roof on that?
Nah, they need to, but they're not going to.
Not even like partial canopies.
Mm-mm.
NFL owners, man, I'm telling you guys, like
That's
these
how
guys
we can't host anything else. Can't host no.
We got the richest NFL owners, but this dude's a fucking cheapskate.
Guys from MetLife Stadium, the Jets and the Giants. We have two NFL owners don't want to put a roof on an NFL stadium. MetLife Stadium, you can't even buy shade there during the day. Like there's nowhere to hide.
That's just hot as fuck too. I mean, that's just how it's.
Yeah,
that's just gonna suck in the World Cup. That's where the finals gonna be at, ain't it? At MetLife.
Yeah, and Club World Cup 2 on Sunday at 3:00. I just checked the weather. It's gonna be 88 degrees and 90-degree humidity. I picked Chelsea before the tournament. I actually picked this final before the tournament. On the record,
yeah.
I picked PSG, Chelsea final, and Chelsea winning.
As ChatGPT, it'll tell you too.
I think it's gonna be a great final.
Hell yeah, dog! I'm excited to see it. Hopefully, Chelsea win it because they need it. We need it right now.
I'm Ecuadorian, so Moises Caicedo is my guy.
Shout out to Brighton and Ecuador for giving us that brilliance of a player right there.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
Dude, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man.
It was awesome, man. Great insight.
Absolutely, bro.
Let's do this again. Maybe you know what? You will be cool. I'm gonna put this in the universe. I'll see you guys in the playoffs.
All right, bet.
You know, what if we see that in the playoffs?
Make it happen. I might pull up to the game in the Bronx here in a couple months.
Let me know. We'll have a good time. I'll take you to the it's for the Charlotte match?
Yeah.
All right, so I can't take you to the bodega.
Yeah. Well, no, there's a Friday. So there's that game's on a Friday, and then I want to go to a Mets game that Saturday, which is
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan, but I just want to go to Citi Field.
Oh, you know what? Citi Field has the best food.
Yeah, I heard it's a nice stadium. I mean, I heard they have a lot
way
of
better than Yankee Stadium. Way better.
Dodger Stadium, though.
Oh, Dodger Stadium is a dump.
Whoa.
The Dodgers?
Homeless, glizzy eating.
I went to Dodger Stadium about 10 years ago. They still had the bathrooms had the trough, the giant sink to pee in.
That's what that's what makes a fucking baseball stadium.
And then I have a thing. I did it to your stadium. I do it every stadium I go to in the world. Everywhere I travel in the world, I do this one thing. I take a shit in their stadium. You can text me. So any stadium I go in the world, I send in the group chat. I send the picture of like the pants on your ankles when you're sitting down.
Classic dude move.
Yeah, I send that to.
I do that shit at work.
San Siro, boom. Stamford Bridge, boom. You know, like I drop a deuce everywhere I go in every stadium. And LA Dodger Stadium, the doors had like a 1-inch gap, bro. I'm making eye contact with the dude looking to use the bathroom.
Look,
Like,
I got a
It
question.
was
for you.
so
Do
uncomfortable.
you stay sober at baseball games or do you get pissed drunk? Baseball
Okay,
games
you're
are made to
club
get
level.
pissed drunk.
So I'll be honest. I don't drink. I haven't drank in about 17 years. Like I don't drink anymore. But I just recently stopped smoking weed because of work related stuff. You know, even though weed's legal in New York, I happen to get a job that's federally funded. So now I gotta get tested for weed. But at the Charlotte game, I took so much edibles. Bro, I was with my girlfriend, like in the hallway, like these edibles aren't kicking in. Take another one. The edibles not kicking. But we walked out of the stadium at the end of the game, and it was just like, like I was like, oh, yeah,
hell yeah, bro.
but
Well,
yeah,
shit, man.
Well,
Well, hopefully we
weird with the weed smoking. So
hopefully we can meet up one day. Whether you come to Charlotte or we go to New York.
Yeah, we'll have a great time out here. It's New York, you know.
Yeah, and we'll definitely have to run it back in the near future. You know what I mean? Y'all, we still got to play y'all again. So
yeah, definitely. Let's do it again for I think that game is in August, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
We'll run it
Hit
back.
us up. Have a good night, fellas, and be safe out there.
Yes, sir.
Where can we find you, man?
Oh, you can find me personally at John Sanchez on everything, Instagram, Twitter, X, at John Sanchez, and the pod, NYCFC Forever Pod on Spotify, Apple, Instagram, Twitter, and that's it. Yeah, we did a TikTok, but no one wanted to dance with me, so
I can't get these guys to dance, so we didn't even try.
So, but yeah, all right, guys, have fun.
Appreciate
good night,
you, bro. Good night, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this episode. Remember to like and subscribe. And remember to wipe from front to back. Aquí estamos, nos vamos. Cero miedo.